Welcome back, guys. So it is another day of work in the garden. I decided to plant a plum tree that I purchased from Home Depot on the other day, yesterday. And I am planting it in a spot where I have some other fruit trees, and the soil is pretty good there because I've already added amendments to it, and so it's not too difficult to prepare for the plum tree that I am putting in the ground. So I'm just digging a hole here. I'll play around with the positioning of it and try to get it in the best spot. That pole you see in front is for the string lights. I'm going to probably be doing something different with my string lights, but for now it's there. It's a temporary fixture in the ground. And yeah, so let's get this plum tree planted. Whenever you're planting any type of tree, for the most part, you want to make sure that your hole is probably twice as wide as the pot is. And the depth could be just enough for the plant to sit in, maybe with a half an inch or an inch that you don't put the dirt on top of. So you don't just pile the dirt right on top of that. And I'm not a sponsor for budget. Somebody is purchasing something or moving in or doing something on the other side of my fence there. Oh, and I have on my safety jacket because it is freezing. I think it was like 45, 50 degrees this morning. So yeah, it's a little cold and it's a little overcast right now, but as the day progresses, it's going to get brighter and it's probably going to be a little clearer with the picture itself. So now I'm putting it in. I am knocking it out, loosening it up so that I can pull it out with ease. But this plant must have been newly potted because there's no dry roots. It was really soft. I didn't really have to even tease it because the dirt just started falling off of it. So now I'm just going to position it, make sure that it's kind of straight so that when it grows, you know, it has the best chance of growing as a straight tree as opposed to being leaned over one way or the other. I'll tell you, gardening is definitely not for the faint at heart. I was exhausted already, and I wasn't even out there that long. I'm adjusting that hole, making it just a little wider, moving that tree over a bit because right next to it is the peach tree. Okay, I think it's looking good, so I'm going to go ahead and pack it in with the dirt. Most of the dirt is the dirt that is already in the garden that I dug out because, again, it is pretty good dirt, but I'm also going to add some more soil that's conditioned. And then I'm going to add the soil that was already there back around it because it needs to be used to the soil that is actually in my garden. Just packing it in good. Oh, there are lots of worms in that soil too, so that also lets me know that the soil is pretty good. After I finished getting that tree in the ground, I gave it a good watering, which I didn't show on camera, but I did. You need to always make sure that your plants get a good drink after you put them in the ground. This bed also has a mixture of pine straw and mulch because there are so many pine trees on the side of my home that no matter what I put down, the pine straw just comes. So I stopped fighting it in that area. So it is definitely a mixture. And I have not added any new mulch this year yet to this back garden. Alright, so I moved on to the next project, and you can see it warmed up. I took off my jacket and I am cutting off some of the dead leaves and pulling up a few weeds from the plants. And that is the first plant that I was touching is a boxwood. And then I have some hostas that I planted around that crepe myrtle. The weeds weren't too bad. I'm not getting all of them. I'm just, trying to get some of the bigger ones while I'm in that area. I will be back out in the garden tomorrow morning and trying to do a little more cleanup. But today I did have an agenda. I wanted to get that plum tree in the ground, so check on that. And I wanted to pull up a few of those weeds in that bed. And I'm also taking off some of the leaves that are trying to sprout out from the crepe myrtle. I like to keep the bottom trunks clean so that the plants underneath can still get some sun. All right, now moving on to the next project. I am going to be adding some stepping stones. I already have a couple paths, but I wanted to add another path so that on the days that it's kind of rainy and I still kind of want to get out and just kind of look at things, I don't have to step in the mud. I can walk on these stepping stones. So I had a few left over from another project, so I'm using those. I may have to get some more. We'll see how it progresses. They're not super heavy, but they are a little heavy. So I'll just kind of eyeball it, placing them down, walking to see whether or not it's a comfortable step as far as the width of your step. And then I'll be digging down in the dirt and laying them in the ground a little bit more flush, so when it's time to mow, you can just mow right over those pavers and they won't be in the way. So it's a little bit of a hike. I'm bringing them one at a time and then placing them where I need them. I use my hand as a guide, so it's a hand width between each of the steps. Sometimes I'll just place them and leave them there for a week or two and let the sun just kind of make the outline for me that I need to cut out. And then I'll go back and cut out and then place them back in. But I'm going to try to get them all done today. You definitely will get a workout in your garden if you do most of the things yourself. And 9 out of 10 times, it is me doing it all myself. Okay, so here's what I've gotten done thus far. Have not cut around the pavers yet. So I'm using a large garden knife, and I'm just literally tracing the outline of the stepping stone. You could do this with a reciprocating saw. You can do it with a shovel, a spade. But I found that to be pretty easy this way. Yeah, I had to take several breaks because it is daunting. But this is the finished look, and I did get some help. John did come out and he actually dug up most of the pavers. So a little more work to do tomorrow. Hopefully I will video that, and I thank you for watching. Hope you're having a great